How's everybody doing? Vinny! Hi, Vinny! We're dancing. I'll be pushed out before too long. To my friend Eddie Dixon, who's going to be here tonight. Hi, Michael. That's my friend Eddie Dixon. It's a really cool video too. It's called Haunt. So if you Google Eddie Dixon Haunt on YouTube, H-A-U-N-T. How was your day? Julie Luce, thanks for coming on this morning. So every morning, just to let you know, if you're on in the morning, I may call you. I'm calling you. Can you hear me? Hi, Michelle. Oh, that's sweet of you. Howdy, 14 people. What is going on? It's Saturday night. Ciao. It was so fun. Okay, so here's the deal. I love to have a guest on every day, but sometimes it's kind of, it's not always easy to pull Jenna Mammina, while she's cooking lobster etouffee or something crazy at her house. Hi, how's your birthday weekend? Hi, Chris. No polka dots today. I'm wearing a dress. I'm wearing a dress for Mr. Eddie Dixon tonight. Because he had this cool... Hi, John Jang. Wow. Because he had this blue photo last night. Hi, Susan. Hi. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful blue photo of him last night. And I went, I got to wear some blue. But I always have to wear some black because that's how I roll. So I'm wearing my blue and black dress. No pajamas. No, I had pajama bottoms on today because I keep reading about how people aren't wearing pants and all this stuff, and I thought I'm just gonna wear my PJs because I know that's like a cool thing to do, but not tonight. And I've only done that once, so I had to do my cherry. So good. Oh, well, since we've known each other for so long, I can't not find my lighter. Bernita, where's my lighter? Hi, Melanie. Melanie, thank you for the Venmo. That was sweet. It's so weird how you see what people are doing. Like, Bob just gave Nancy $30 and such just gave, and I'm like, I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that, but it's how the kids are doing it today, so I'm going with the kids. But I wear a mask. I go outside, I wear a mask. I don't care. If you're in Florida, don't go to the beach. Don't go to the beach. Yeah, right? On Venmo? Melanie just gave Jenna $5,000. That was cool. I love that, Melanie. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, Lily and Pearl. No, I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. That was sweet of you. So today I had every intention to organize my closet and then I don't know, write 3 songs. I was going to write a song, and I did pretty much finish it. But then someone asked me to go for a walk, and I can't not go for a walk, and Lillian needs to go for a walk, so we went on 3 walks, and then I ended up going to the sunset and running into some friends down there and hung out there and walked home. And then it was time to get ready for 11:11. Hello, Sibylla Savage. So I've got my tea and I have my juice, and what are you guys drinking? Who's drinking what? Yeah. You have to wait for the beach. I don't walk like with 5,000 other people. I walk by myself, and then my friends, we physically distanced. Oh, Lillian's found her food. Vino. Good. Water's not boring. Oh, the snow was gone last night. Yesterday it snowed. Yesterday I woke up into a winter wonderland. And then today it was 60. Because that's Michigan. Hi, Mark. Water. More water. Big old Saturday night. We got the celery juice and hot water with lemon. That's all good. Should we hear a little? Let's hear a little bit of Eddie, and then I'm gonna give him a call. Lily and Pearl, come on, come here, baby girl. She says, Mom, I don't want to be on TV tonight. I was on earlier. We played at the beach. We hung out. We had some treats. Eddie Dixon, he's watching. He's watching. I'll call you in a minute, cause is that the Warriors love behind you? Well, you know. Kind of. It's the Bay Bridge. But I'm an Oakland Warrior. That's all I'm going to say. I've been going to Golden State Warrior games for 35 years. 34, because I didn't go this year. Or last year. Hi, Johnny Rawls. Everybody's here tonight. So, anyway, wasn't that a fabulous sunset? I loved it. Shall we hear a little more Eddie, or should I just call him? I think I should just call him. Okay, I'm calling Eddie Dixon, and we'll talk about where we met, how we met, who he introduced me to. I wonder if he remembers. Oh, I love the Warriors, but yeah.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
How are you, sir?
Oh, fabulous. A little bit sweaty. I had to pick up a 82-year-old mother off the floor a minute ago. So
sorry.
it's her legs just go sometimes, but she's not hurt.
It's all part of the story. What's your mom's name?
Dolores.
Dolores. And your father?
George Sr.
George Sr. Hello, Michelle. So here's what I do. I say hi to people like I'm Miss Elizabeth, you know, from Romper Room. But then I also get you to talk, and I'm going to flip the phone over so that people will see you. But I also want people to know how you and I met, and I'm trying to remember how long ago that was. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Eddie Dixon. So now you're on Facebook Live with me here.
Gotcha. I'm not sure I can help you too much on the actual date. Almost the entirety of Chicago's still foggy for me. But I know Tower Records still existed. So that puts it in a certain frame of time.
At least 20 years ago.
Yes, yeah. And you and Mitch would come by and drop off hunks of your CD. And I was handling the local stuff. And y'all were just way cooler than most of the people that came in begging stuff from me.
We're way cool. Yeah, we used to roll into Chicago and go to Tower Records and a couple other smaller stores, and you always took my CD. And do you remember who you introduced me to?
No. I mean, maybe who? What?
Elvis Costello.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, he came through doing during the imposter stuff.
He did an in-store, and then you go, Jenna, Elvis Costello's in the room next door. I'm like, what? So I met Elvis, and he kissed my hand, and I gave him a copy of my CD that the opening track was Watching the Detectives.
Yep.
So, thank you.
He didn't kiss me. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I'm sorry. Well, he ended up marrying Diana, so, I don't know how I felt about that either.
That was a good album and a good show, man. He put together a cool young band and was like, he definitely was still doing the vital stuff.
Yeah. I'll see him any day. I've seen him, I think I saw him about 3 years ago, last time I saw him. So where are you?
I'm in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, coastal Mississippi.
Are you near the coast? Are you on the coast? Are you...
I can walk through the woods and be on the beach. Not a huge beach, but it's a beach. And a matter of fact, some rich folks actually bought it. Now they put up do not trespassing signs. Yeah, doesn't mean that I don't trespass. It just means I'm now trespassing.
Right. Yeah, I understand that. I see that. Our beach has a lot of your beach. Is it gone? Is it from, like in Michigan, the beach is very little. Yeah.
They're pretty good about it. This is a rocky one, so it doesn't move around too much. But I used to go down there. There used to be like a faux lighthouse that was on the way, like just a water tower that was made up to look like a lighthouse. And so high school sneaking out to go drink.
Uh-huh.
That was
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah. That was a regular destination. And it's pretty cool still. Like, you see storms roll in because it's open to the Gulf. So when there's a big storm and you can see it rolling in over, and you can see Pascagoula from the same beach because that's the other side of the bay or whatever.
Did you grow up there?
From the point I was ninth grade until...
My mom said, I'm on. Who is he?
Friend.
This is my friend Eddie Dixon, Mama. Mitch and I met Eddie in Chicago. Because I remember the first time I met you, I was playing at Toulouse on the Park.
That's what it was. I was going to ask you if you knew the name of the place.
And it was right around the corner.
It was all snazzy, and I showed up in T-shirt from work.
I think you might have met my mom back then, too.
At some point I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a larger group of family that I met when y'all were all piled up in Chicago for a minute.
We do that. We used to go to the Green Mill, and Dave would be like, is your whole family coming to the gig tonight? I'd be like, well, there's going to be like some of my cousins, and there'd be like 30 people there. But anyway, what are you drinking, sir? Looks like a good beer.
Just a beer. A Bell's. And actually, it's a good bit skunky because they've all been sitting around. I haven't drank anything in so long. It's been sitting around for a while, but it's still kind of pleasant.
You're drinking a Bell's? Bell's is from Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Ah. So, yeah, I meant to do that.
I think that was...
Says the lying person.
Yeah. So, the song that we played, that I opened up with, I liked it. I'd never heard it before.
That actually references the same little beach. There's a line in there that says, a jaybird alone reports your arrival at a path to the shore. Mm-hmm. And a man and his a man and his flailing thoughts or whatever. And that's walking into the same beach. That's what I was thinking about.
I got it in my head. Da, 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 da. I just heard the song twice tonight. My mom says to say hello.
Hello, Mama. The opening is actually, anybody that's ever been, you see these little pine trees down here in the south, and everything is stripped off of them except for a little poof on top. And that's why it always reminded me of flak, like anti-aircraft fire. So when I'm driving down the little curvy road going away from my house, I always thought it felt like dodging through flak. And so it mentions that, and it mentions a preacher on the radio, which you can certainly find those.
Is this where you grew up?
just from we were Air Force, we moved everywhere, but from point I was ninth grade on, I was here.
Okay. So you're back in your home, like in a home you grew up in, essentially. Are you in your same room and everything?
Yeah. Yeah. We had one other place that was on the other side of the little subdivision, but we were here for a long time for sure. And it's actually legit haunted.
Is it?
Yeah.
The house is haunted?
Yes.
Now I'm really interested. Tell us more.
my nieces and nephews were convinced that it was they didn't want to sleep in this certain room upstairs, which is the guest room. Said it was haunted, and this is like a '60s vintage, like split level thing. Nice. I was like, "There's no way this thing was built in like '65. There's no way it's haunted." You know, I figured it was just like you always want to believe that the grandparents' place is like somehow mysterious. Right. So I thought they were kind of full of shit, and then we did notice that. Especially this last time that I moved down from Chicago, I will hear my father's voice or my mother's voice calling me and then show up in the other room and nobody called me. And then my dad hears either my voice or my mother's voice calling him. And he'll show up in the other room like, did y'all call me? No. And it's just plain as day. Like, it's not even like a fuzzy thing or like you might have heard a noise or something. It's clear as a bell, sounds exactly like him, everything else. And then my nephew took his iPhone and plopped it in the room for just on record and shut the door. And they let it record for about 30 minutes. And when they listened back to it, just right after he shut the door, there's like a slam and then there's a really faint word that is said right as the door is shut. And I took it and I put it through my audio program and like got rid of all the noise and like brought it up, and it sounds pretty clear to me that it says help. Wow. And whatever ghost that is was shit out of luck, because I don't know what it expected for us to do, but we have done nothing for the ghost. So if it was looking for help, it picked the wrong people. We just ignored it entirely. We call it our haint.
Your haint?
Yeah. That's kind of an Appalachian thing. They talk about when they paint their doors and windows this bright blue color. It's called haint blue, and it's supposed to keep spirits and witches out of your house.
I was thinking about painting my house probably a haint blue.
That would probably do good. All them horrible things bouncing off. It'd be great.
Is the color, is it like a robin's egg blue?
A little bit brighter.
Okay.
Not quite like the sort of powder colored, more of like almost getting into like aqua looking stuff. Uh-huh. You'll see it if you're going up in the mountains. A lot of the smaller old houses will have that still, and they repaint it every year, so it'll be bright and blue. But so we call it our haint here in the house. Wow. Definitely not even remotely menacing. If it's just calling you from room to room, but
well, that's nice. So it's a friendly spirit,
or just attention hungry, and just sort of a me, you know, like, oh, I'm trapped between planes. Worry about me. I'm a ghost, like that kind of thing.
My friend Melanie just said, same in the Gullah Islands. They hang blue glass bottles in the trees.
Yep. I want to go see that stuff. The clay eaters, the Georgia Sea Islands, and another really interesting history as far as it's more North Carolina, but they call it the Great Dismal, which is it's a huge swamp on, like, I think it's the North Carolina and something else border. But escaped slaves during Civil War actually lived there for the entire war and never got rounded back up. Yeah. Because it was so dangerous as far as malaria and everything else. The white folks wouldn't go up in there after them, and they would trade for supplies with the black and Native American folks that came through to do the logging. So they were able to live there for quite a while.
Sounds like powerful land.
Yeah, the Great Dismal.
So what are you thinking about playing tonight?
One of them doesn't exist anywhere on a recording, and I wrote it during an upswing of sort of a real fun month that came during some mental illness, and I was in a sort of a manic place, but it was a happy place. And so I wrote a tune, and then when I crashed, when the whole thing kind of went out from under me, the whole thing seemed silly because it was referencing a feeling that I was nowhere near at that point. But I eventually got myself upright again, and then it started to make sense again, so I finished it.
Cool. Well, I'm excited to hear it. And there's 20 people from Michigan to Orlando, California, Oregon.
Yeah, I know at least one San Jose person is on there.
Oh, really? Oh, I think somebody that I didn't is that Courtney?
Well, Courtney's actually from Alabama.
Oh, Courtney's from Alabama. We got Alabama going on here. Sonoma.
She's one of those frontline grocery folks. She manages a grocery store, and it's worth mentioning that people are being jerks to grocery workers. So don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't be jerks to anybody. Why would you be jerks to grocery workers? They're the ones talk about putting your health on the line.
Yep.
Thank you, Courtney. I'll salute you with my celery juice.
Yeah.
Alabama, we have Fresno, New Orleans. Yeah. Good people here. Thanks for everybody for coming out. Let's hear a song by Mr. Eddie Dixon. When you're ready.
Can you see? Let me know if it sounds really overdriven and horrible. Let me know and I'll back off a little bit. But
okay.
Ready? My inside always left my breathable heart, my lungs full of light, my bones all dissolving. I built this brick by brick, my breathable heart, my lungs full of light, my bones all dissolving. Go on and save yourself. Maybe someone better. You might find you've been released. The drugs, they kinda helped. Mostly all this loving. Remember me to my skin. My inside always left my breathable heart, my lungs full of light, my bones all dissolving. I built this brick by brick, my breathable heart, my lungs full of light, my bones all dissolving. I'm ready for a ride. I wanna get it on me, be the golden actress and her script. The numbers of your time, they're crunching up the tally. Then the punchline comes and you blink. My inside always left my breathable heart, my lungs full of light, my bones all dissolving.
Yay. Very cool, man.
Does it sound like a manic person? That's where it was.
That was during that time you were talking about earlier?
Yeah. It was good times, though. It actually still makes sense, though.
Well, if it brings out music, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. It also the same month also caused a foray into to minor sex work. So.
Really?
Yes. You said to keep it light, though, right?
Care to elaborate?
Yeah, it was hilarious. I don't know that I want to go into too much depth, but it was a failed money making scheme that I thought I was going to make bank off of doing a webcam, and it ended up very much not making money. But that's what manic will do for you.
In a manic phase, you know,
all the ideas seem like good ideas.
Hey, you know, some ideas come out of manic are things we probably use every day.
Yep.
Stop.
The funny thing is, I had I will not divulge the name, but I had a name for the channel or whatever, and my ex in Chicago, she got me a custom sweatshirt with like a logo made for it and everything else. So I still have of that like maddening month or the slightly mad month. I still have a keepsake. I have this sweatshirt with the name of the channel on it.
To remind you, do you wear it?
Hell yeah! Oh yes. Did you see my mask?
Yes.
My unicorn mask?
I did. Is it near you now?
Oh no, I didn't even think about it. It's in the car because I use it all the damn time. I'm the one that does all the running for the house. So I pop it on, go into Walmart, and show off all these. Everybody's jealous.
They want that mask.
Yeah, it's almost good. In tears, and I'm like, I'm sorry, guys, it's mine.
Where did you get it?
It was a friend of Courtney's, named Kayla, who made a bunch of awesome ones. But I specifically was requesting, I wanted something fabulous. It didn't need to be rainbows and kind of like a Lisa Frank style,
Mm-hmm.
or it needed to be unicorns. And she found me some unicorn fabric and did that.
That's cool. Yeah, I have a couple of from different friends of mine that have been making them, and they send them to me, and then I wear them here, and I buy them, and then they're selling them.
Oh, so you can swap from outfit to outfit then.
Yeah, I have a silk one and a couple flannel tie-dye ones, and yeah, the silk one's really beautiful from a friend of mine in Ashland, Oregon. I'll wear it tomorrow.
I saw one. A friend of ours from Chicago, Melissa, had somebody. I swear to God, it looks like a Tina Turner dress with like the fringe on it.
Ooh, cool. Ooh, that's cool.
Or I guess it's a little bit of a belly dancing thing too. But it's like silver and it's got the fringes.
You can shake it.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. I've seen a really cool one too. Has anybody seen the dog ones? It's just it's like the dog nose and and you can get different dogs.
Well, they were already like in a lot of the Chinese cities, they were already doing masks because of all the pollution, and so there was already like a full on. They had their mask game like on point before we ever got.
Oh yeah, designer masks. I've been wearing masks for quite a while. I wear them on the plane most of the time for years, but not.
Oh yeah.
You know,
filthy germ tube.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not the fancy kind, but I'm getting my game. Hi, J. Michael Tucker.
And they won't let you just spray people in the face with Lysol on the plane. That's frowned upon.
Well, they're trying to physical distance on planes too. That's like, we're not putting anybody in the middle seat. And if there's more space, then they're separating people. But they're also keeping all of our money of tickets that we, you know.
Yes, yeah. Well, the previous, like, they had been unveiling plans to make an even smaller airplane seat to to be like hyper economy, where you're almost standing up.
What?
It's like a tiny saddle, and you're almost standing up. They were going to do it. That was 2 or 3 of the airlines were contemplating like a maximum economy seat that would have just been basically strapping yourself onto a plank,
Like a roller coaster kind of thing?
Yeah. Yes,
So you're not really sitting in it, you're kind of
hung. Yeah.
And you go up
Hey,
and down.
it's already intolerable up in there, and they were going to make it smaller.
No. No, I think people are going to be doing a lot more driving now.
Yeah. I think we need dirigibles.
Dirigible?
Yeah. Blimps. We need passenger blimps again.
I don't know.
I literally hear crickets. That's great. I said it, and your little background crickets are going. Come on. No, it's air powered, so you don't have to spend as much fuel getting it aloft. And then you just take a leisurely stroll across. Like, it doesn't go fast, but you can do it without burning up a bunch of fuel. Dirigibles.
Dirigibles. It's like granimals.
It's like that.
Dirigibles. I don't know. I still, I watched that movie Hindenburg a little. Good night, Janelle. My friend Janelle loved the song.
Oh, thank you, Janelle. Bye-bye.
She said she's got to crash. She was on last night. She's the Udu girl. She plays Udu and she teaches.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw some videos of her. Yes, I did see that.
Yeah, she's.
Doik. I get doik like this.
Yeah. Spell what? Dirigibles? How do you...
Dirigibles.
Dirigibles.
Yes. I actually took one of my favorite photos that I took when I first started doing photography for real was of this huge, what looks like just a dock or a warehouse in Gulfport, Mississippi, but it was transported down the river on barges, and it was a dirigible hangar.
Dirigible.
So they would use during World War II, they had blimps that they would put up to make it so planes couldn't easily navigate over the city, so they couldn't bomb it. So they would put they're raid balloons, basically, that would go up and just make it hard for planes. And so this building was actually used to house a bunch of those raid balloons.
Really? Yeah, see, I saw that movie, The Hindenburg, when I was about 8, so I don't really want to go up in a dirigible.
Okay, fair enough. They used the exact wrong gas, is what it was. That was basically, they made a bomb. They can make it a lot safer nowadays. They make it in capsules, and it's not as flammable.
Not as flammable.
Yeah, we're not gonna make
This is enough flame for me right here, my little candle.
There we go.
I had my Palo Santo on top of my candle the other night, and then I kind of burned it. But do you want to play another song for us?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's really cool to hang with you. I know we only talk on Messenger, so now it's nice to see you in person. And there's
you've come close. I just haven't been able to. You'll swing through New Orleans every so often. I just can never get up and get around to it.
I would have been swinging through there next week, but they postponed Jazz Fest and now they canceled it. So
I might very well try to just sneak over there and get some pictures, because everything being so emptied out is so crazy looking.
It's beautiful. Yeah, the quarter. Oh, but I have to do something really quick. Maybe you'll do it with me.
Yeah, what's that?
We're going to sing Happy Birthday to a friend of mine.
Okay, who is it?
Well, her dad is on right now. Dan is on, so we're going to sing it to Bella.
Okay.
So, Dan, if you want to get Bella, unless she ran away after that cool cake that you guys... They had an Oreo cake, and then they had this candle that they lit up, and all of a sudden there was this huge flame, and then it opened up, and there were spinning candles.
What? Wait, that was all inside one candle?
It looked like a flower. So at first, when they lit it, it looked like it was gonna have a big flame, and then it opened up, and then they were spinning candles.
Or somebody dosed your drink.
That happened to me in New Orleans.
Oh, really? Oh, God. I roofied myself once. when you're having a bad night and you just need to turn off the brain, that's one way you can do it.
My brain did not turn off.
Well, that's the thing is your your whole body. Well, I mean, I don't know what they dosed you with, but they with me, I made myself a Rohypnol cocktail, and apparently I had a great time for the rest of the night. And I just don't. That's one of those spooky things when like you literally turn off the part of your brain that makes memories. So it's not foggy. It's just not there.
And I remember every minute of it.
Yeah. So what they gave you a psychedelic of some sort?
No, it wasn't that cool.
Okay.
It wasn't that cool at all. No, I was in a bar near Jazz Fest and I'm telling another story the other night where I drank one drink and I threw up in this hot guy's apartment. But this one was, I was drinking my drink and then I went to the bathroom. Big mistake. I know better than that.
Yeah.
I know better than that. And then I came back.
In a better world, you wouldn't have to worry about it.
Right. And this friend of mine looked at me and he goes, I think we need to get out of here because he could tell that I shifted.
Yeah.
It's a long story. But I ended up in the hospital.
Oh, they pumped your stomach and everything?
Well, they didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was, but I was talking like this. My mom has never heard this story before.
Like the Snoopy teachers? You were talking like a Snoopy teacher?
It was more like a tick. And I was in... You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What drug would that be? I don't know.
Nothing I've heard of.
It was some kind of allergic reaction to it because the thing I could do was I could hear... I was with two friends of mine, my friend Susan and my friend Michael. And we were in Peristyles having dinner. And Susan was to my left and Michael was to my right, but I could hear Michael in my left ear and Susan in my right ear. And then I went into to a club and they thought that I was drunk, but I wasn't drunk. I was sorry, Mama. I'm fine now. It'll never happen again.
Well, I got better. Yes.
And my friend Donna Frost. Yeah, it wasn't cool. So don't ever walk away from your drink. Carry your drink with you or don't drink any more of it. That was stupid.
Yeah. Or just, when you come back to a drink, just immediately start setting the people around your drink on fire. Just on GP.
Don't you love him? I love your thinking. It's so rational and on point.
Just to keep them on their toes, set a couple motherfuckers
Light that shit on fire. I have my lighter here somewhere.
There it is. People on fire tend to not get rapey.
Well, I was all good that way. I have my lighter right here. Here, I'm going to light my lighter while you're singing your song.
Oh, yes.
If you want. You don't have to do another song.
No, we can do it.
We still have 14 people checking it out.
Nice.
And Donna Frost is a great singer-songwriter, string extraordinaire from Nashville. She's on right now.
Yeah, I think. As a matter of fact, I think I've.
You know Donna?
I don't know. I'll tell you, somebody else I liked from the Tower days, and she's doing really well for herself. Alice Peacock.
Alice Peacock. I forgot we're supposed to sing Happy Birthday.
Oh yeah.
To Bella.
Okay.
So I'll start it out.
Yes.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bella. Happy birthday to you. Bella's in Napa.
Nailed it.
We nailed it. One of these days we'll sing together.
I don't know how that didn't happen.
I know. We'll do it. We're doing it now.
I'll toast to your buddy that I actually saw you with at Toulouse that night, John Bush.
Andre Bush.
So toast. He was tremendous.
Yes, Mr. Bush.
And buff. He was tremendous and buff.
I miss him a lot.
I'm sure. I mean, y'all were that was that was your running guy for like a good long time, right?
20 years.
Holy shit, yeah.
Yep.
Hold everybody close.
He was my road husband.
I can see it. Yeah, y'all were good that night too. It was just the two of you, wasn't it?
Yeah. We started out, the two of us, at Toulouse, and then we brought in Larry Kohut on bass and Tom Hipskind on drums.
Yep.
Because we used to all play at the Green Mill together.
You know who I was going to have to box at sometime if I'd ever gone back to the Green Mill too much more? Was Patricia Barber's bass player.
Michael?
Yes. Me and him were going to have to box. I wasn't a chatty Cathy. I wasn't in there like talking. And he was always with the shh. You know, I understand it's a performance. It's very, but I was never that loud. And come on, Michael.
He had a tough job working with Patricia. They were together for a long time. I think they played together for like 14 years. But she
could have been her own enforcer. She's like 8 foot tall.
She's a badass. But there was another man there that his name was Peter. And Peter was the shusher. Peter managed, like back in the 90s, Peter was the shusher.
Yeah, I remember him. Come around the edge of the bar shushing.
And yes. Kimberly, who is a server, she's out in Oakland now, so I see her every once in a while. The Green Mill. Loved playing the Green Mill.
Oh my God, I saw late one night with the Sabretooth folks that would play on Saturday night.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Which would occasionally be some, if they got loose enough, it got pretty amazing occasionally. But I still love listening to Ted Sirota. All the stuff he does with the dub band and everything. But I saw Hamid Drake come in there with one of his buddies, and they were lit up drunk. And so it was Hamid on drums and this crazy bass player he had, and then this poor, like, twig of a skinny white saxophone player fronting. And they pushed that guy so hard, he looked terrified. He looked absolutely terrified.
I wonder who it was.
Because they were a little bit liquored up, and they were going really hard at it. And but listening to those two guys do that stuff was amazing. A little bit rough, but they were definitely, the ideas were like off the charts amazing.
Did you ever see Terry Collier there?
That's a huge name. I didn't know he was in there.
Terry Collier used to play there. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Melanie DeMore says she loves this guy. I know, I love this man, too. Isn't he great? Eddie Dixon. I love Eddie Dixon. Check him out on YouTube. Do you have any CDs that you're selling? Do you have CDs available?
Yeah. It's the most recent one, Coinstar's on iTunes or any of the stores. Eddie Dixon, Coinstar. There's one other band called Coinstar. But screw them. We don't like them.
We don't like them.
Actually, I haven't heard. I'm sure they're great.
But your record is called Coinstar.
Coinstar, yeah.
Okay.
And it's got some cool... I managed to get away with using a still from a Charlie Chaplin film and screwing it up digitally and managed to use that for the cover. It turned out really cool.
Cool.
From the... I forget the name of the film, the one where he's got it wasn't The Tramp, it was the one with the younger kid that he's taking care of. I don't know. I think it might have been called The Kid, wasn't it?
Something The Kid.
Yeah.
He's from a town in California called Niles, California. Oh, my friend Molly Moore is on. Eddie Dixon Coinstar. Michelle Goodwin just posted that.
Yep, and I spent a good amount of time. If you do look for Eddie Dixon music on YouTube, I did some really shoestring videos for myself for like about 2 or 3 months. I managed to get like 5 or 6 videos for the album.
Wow.
And actually the one of Haunt was me with a 360 camera attached to the side of my car.
That was really cool.
It turned out really cool, yeah. Because you can't see the road. It looks like you're just cruising along on water or something. But I did another one with where I actually had a friend of mine It's the one for Conversations with a Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
And a female friend of mine from Chicago actually went into the other room, and during a party in Chicago, I just called her up. I say, hey, I really need this video for this thing. She's gorgeous, so I wanted her to just act on video and send me the clips, and I would turn it into a vector, so it looks like an outline, sort of aha, take on me sort of thing. And so she just wandered into the other room in the middle of a party and did all that stuff for me. It was awesome.
How cool.
And she's in that video, and she's gorgeous. She's amazing. She's a screenwriter named Lisa. She's awesome.
What's that video called?
That one is Conversations with a Ghost.
You did say that. Sorry.
That's fine. But that's fun. All those videos were on that channel were done with just free stuff that was on the iPhone. Not all of it free, but mostly iPhone gadgets and things like that.
Did you edit it and everything on your phone?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I tried. Every one of those was put together using, or at least iOS stuff. I did have iPad as well, but several of them I did put together with just the phone.
I need to talk to you about videos.
I can do it. It'll be some shoestring stuff. I don't have, but I managed pretty okay. I enjoyed the sort of brokenness of it. I tried to make them. There's one for. I actually got banned on YouTube for one of them.
Did you?
One of them is a song about sort of the. In old Hollywood, they used to have white people that would play Native Americans in all the movies. So they'd put them in like makeup, and it was like Charlton Heston as a Native American, just stupid shit like that. And so one of the songs off the album is called "White Man Plays the Indian," and it's a sort of angry political song about just whitewashing everything and like so, and in that one, I actually use stills from all their movies, and the very final scene is just a bunch of middle fingers that go flying across the screen, and something about it got me censored on YouTube. Yeah, it violated. Come on, middle finger, really? But it showed like a mosaic of all these different politicians, and then all of a sudden the middle fingers went flying. YouTube didn't like it.
They do that. They flag you sometimes. They white it out. White it out, something like that.
Yep.
So what are you going to play now?
This is Coinstar off that album.
Oh, okay.
And it's I would love to get a band together to do this. This is one of my favorite things that I've come across recently. That it involves my not only like it's mostly about poverty and just being like or at least my experience of poverty, which is admittedly a good deal better than most people's experience with. I mean, I'm fully aware that I'm privileged as hell, but I really have never had money in the bank. So it's about that mostly, but I also managed to slip in some stuff about my friend Danny, who he was picked up by the cops in a sweep on like a drug house or something like this, and the Chicago PD wouldn't let him serve his probation with his family that was in Milwaukee. He had a wife and 2 daughters, and because they were being jackasses about not letting him actually serve his probation where his kids were, he got worse and worse, and he got a hold of some of that, some really bad the fentanyl laced stuff, and he died. And so it's worth just mentioning that the Chicago PD can be a bunch of sacks of shit. Normally, a police department would want to get you off their rolls, but this guy, for some reason, had a hard on for him. So, Danny. There you go. He was an amazing dude. Big old imposing mook of a fella, but he had beautiful blue eyes, and he smelled great. He was a great hugger.
Always good when they smell great and can hug well.
And he he will tell you that he had crushing blue eyes, and they were beautiful.
Crushing blue eyes, and he smelled great, and he was a great hugger?
Yep. He was pretty tremendous. So this is Coinstar.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, what? 1 second. Sorry. There you are with scratch-off tickets and your scratch-off clothes, and you should start to keep it ugly to his face before you get too old. Lay away. Everything's a brass ring. Everything's a sweepstakes card. If I get to heaven, can I finally see a doctor, please, and lay down life? Leave the maniac hustle to the bustling bees. Coinstar. Everything's a brass ring. Everything's a robot on Mars. Take turns shaking up the bottle till the cops draw down. Danny, you left wrong. My ghost brother boxing with the paperwork town. Stay in line. Everything's a brass ring. Everything is gated and wired. One day is a prayer you never need if you set up nice. And this year is a song the people sing, hoping something breaks right. Dollar store, everything's a brass ring. Everything's a pony prize. Pony! There you are with your scratch-off tickets and your scratch-off clothes.
Wow.
Ha!
Thank you.
That ain't no problem.
You have it's passion. I see it, I feel it, I hear it, but it goes so deep into the soul.
What I lack in God-given gifts, I make up for and go get them. As far as the soul part of it. Somebody told me a long time ago when I still had a band and I was performing. He told me he very much liked watching us. He's like, It's not always perfect, but the struggle is compelling. So I'll take that.
It's real.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm definitely struggling most of the time. I've had everybody from the time I was little tell me, do not sing. Please do not sing. Don't do it. For God's sakes, don't do it. We'll get somebody to sing.
No.
Don't do it. And I just always wanted to do it. So every time I do it, it's kind of middle finger to all those people.
I love it. I love it. I mean, I hope that you, after we're done here, that you go on and do a couple of things. Put your website or, some links to your stuff and read what people are saying.
Okay.
Because people are...
Everything I've done is on, there's an EddieDixonMusic.com. And that's not just my stuff, but the people I produced. There's somebody out in L.A. that I produced, an ex of mine, that her name's, she goes by Leanne Nelson. And I produced her album. I came out there for a week and we recorded it, all the basic tracks in a week in her bedroom. And then I brought it back here and finished it. And then we went and took all the photos for the album in the Salton Sea, out by the Salton Sea.
Sure.
Which was awesome. And she has an amazing voice. She, smoker and drinker for most of her life. So she's got just an absolute rock tumbler of a voice. And she started playing guitar when I was going out with her. And she was in her 30s. And by the time she had 3 open chords under her belt, she wrote a song that was actually good. And it pissed me the fuck off.
Did you break up with her then?
I wanted to chuck her out a window.
See, you're
because
real.
I've been trying this since I was a teenager, and she comes out of there at 32, just learning how to play guitar, and then writes 3 killer songs right off the bat. So screw you. Get out of here with that stuff.
It happens.
She lived in a neighborhood with Giovanni Ribisi.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah.
I used to live next door to Jeff Stryker, if anyone knows who that is.
I do not know who that is.
He's a porn star.
Oh, awesome.
Stylized. He had a certain niche.
I gotcha. The first place, I actually drove Patty out there to, or Leanne, what she was going as. I drove her out to L.A. We got a rental car. We drove all the way from Chicago out to L.A. and we dropped her off in this apartment, and it was illegally divided into 3 different apartments.
Mm-hmm.
And the couches were full of the most mysterious and awful mattresses you've ever seen, because it had been used for a long time as a staging area for different porn. So they tossed out all the mattresses, with trying not to touch them if at all possible. But L.A.
It's L.A. I lived in a house in West Hollywood with 12 people. One guy lived in the kitchen. Yeah, this guy lived in the kitchen. Another guy lived in the living room. A guy lived in the dining room. A guy lived on the porch. And 3 women, we lived upstairs. And this guy used to steal my eyeliner all the time. One of the roommates. And some people have become they're doing really fun, cool stuff and still in the business. And it was really fun. I don't think my mom knew about that either. You lived in a house in L.A. with 12 people? I did.
Yeah. There was one apartment I lived out in Jefferson Park in Chicago that was like that, where they had she was illegally renting out just the rooms. So I'd pay a little bit of money and I just had my room and I could occasionally use the bathroom,
Mm-hmm.
And
wow, you got to use the bathroom? That's cool. Sometimes, never mind.
Yes. I mean, you would have to wait. You'd have to negotiate your way in, but and she was a sweetheart of a person, but apparently she wasn't doing crazy background checks on the people that came in there. So the cops came in, and the guy that was living directly across the hall from me apparently had murdered somebody.
Oh.
Oopsie. So, the cops were a little bit angry with her. They're like, you don't even know who's living in your place. She was sweet, but she was a little bit on the doddery and old side.
Well, hopefully we all get there to that old side. That's the plan.
I'm aiming at it.
For a while, anyway. Well, I need to take my dog out for a walk. And
Okay.
I would love, I don't want to cut this short, I would love to ask you if you would consider coming back.
Sure.
And hanging out more with us and playing some more tunes. And I want to thank you for even floating by, even considering it. We just talked about this a couple days ago, and you promoted it on your Facebook page, and I really appreciate that. And I love your vulnerability in your soul, and I love what you're doing for your parents, because I've done and will continue to do the same thing. It's what we do. It's why we're here. So thank you, and thank you for inviting your friends, and people are saying yes, come back, and maybe sooner than later, next week or anytime you want to. If you feel it.
Sure. It'll keep me from sleeping through entire days. That's important.
All right. Well, next week then.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Bye, Lily and Pearl.
She's like looking at me at the door like, are we going out yet?
Yeah.
So Courtney, Michelle, everybody, a lot of people, come back. My friend Melanie, and yes, so please. So we'll talk and we'll figure it out. Because now I have your phone number.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you. Hold on, okay, bye-bye.
Bye. See ya. I love him. Isn't he great? Wasn't this fun? This is like a good Saturday night. Or any night. Have you seen that clock? It just doesn't have numbers on it. I think it says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Eddie Dixon was in my house. Oh yeah. My mom said, nice looking man. Mama Grace knows nice looking men. Everyone's crazy about a nice looking man. You guys, another fabulous 11:11 with Jenna. Thank you so much for being here. I love it. Someone asked me today, they said, is this too much for you to be doing? Do you doing it 2 times a day? And I go, too much for what? I mean, too much to have community and to meet new people and hear about what other people, Courtney, and I hope that you come back. I do this every day at 11:11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and every night at 11:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I will continue to do it at 11:11 Eastern Standard Time, even if I'm on Maui, because hopefully in November I'll be on Maui, and hopefully they'll have Wi-Fi where we are at. And if I'm in California, if I'm on stage, I gotta do my 11:11. That's all there is to it. So I love you guys. I mean it. I love Eddie Dixon. He sings. It's deep lessons there. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Remember, if you're online, I may call you. Good night, Mama Grace. I love you. I gotta go take Lillian out before she goes potty. Love hard.